welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan. And brought to you by State Farm, a chance here to look at the starting lineups. First for the Lakers. And for the Celtics.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming, but really last year the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. Kuzi, he's covered by Leonard. Pass to Russell. Passes it to Heinsohn. Clock is at 3. With the clock winding down, the shot misses. And it's the Lakers the other way. And the Celtics, Steve, as you mentioned, they seem to realize that their window is closing as the team got older. In fact, there is some age on there, and hopefully they can navigate that and play a few more years together.
Yep. Well, at the trade deadline, they explored a lot of options to maybe try to get younger to bring some youth in, but they decided to stick with it. Had a strong playoffs, and now a new-look roster. Some new pieces, but still equipped to compete.
Here's Heinsohn. Can't hit from 12.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin. I spoke with the Lakers head coach. He's hoping that his players can use their combination of foot speed and hand speed today to rack up some steals, gain extra possessions. He's optimistic that his guards have the ability to force a lot of turnovers, guys.
Thanks for the report, Doris. Steve, Clark, your thoughts on their defensive focus here?
Well, it's the right strategy, Kevin, because you have to play to your strengths as a team. You can't get away from who you are.
And that's right, Steve. Their strength is certainly what they do defensively. They can rattle folks.
So it's the Celtics now. Here's Kuzi, and that one's good.
Good work turning that into an easy 2-point. He can attack the rim as well as anybody.
And I think his strength, Kevin, is his ability to deliver in catch-and-shoot situations. He's very reliable in that regard, so that gives the offense some flow.
And I just really admire his demeanor and consistency offensively. I mean, he's got tremendous composure and decision-making ability. He makes his teammates better.
Number 14, he's guarded by Russell. To the paint, number 19, and the layup falls. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Russell, a screen on Leonard. Number 18, rebound the Lakers. Number 19, off on the layup.
You got to love it. I mean, this kid battles just as hard on the inside as he does on the perimeter.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Now, here is Russell. He's tightly guarded, cans the 12-footer. 5 points in the game.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Outside Baylor. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, there's some very popular destinations for free agents around the league. Chicago, New York, Miami, but for me, the Lakers are still the premier market for players. You know, big city, a history of winning with the Laker organization, and fantastic weather, of course.
And, Steve, to follow up on your point, the whole aspect of Hollywood has always been a big lure for the Lakers as far as recruiting Clark free agents.
We've seen it over the years with all the big names they've gotten assigned in free agency. No doubt about it, the Lakers are still one of those destination teams for a lot of players in the league. It was kind of a weird start to the playoffs last year for Boston. Rondo gets suspended early, but the Celtics were able to get past the Hawks as they matched up as the 4 and 5 seeds, and the Celtics actually did not have home court advantage in that series.
True. And the Lakers have possession. Following the bucket by the Celtics. Goes up with a stripe. That's good. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man.
Here's Heinsohn. Following the bucket by the Lakers. And good on the basket. Book it. You know, Clark, you wonder how the Celtics would fare as an older team and shortened season, a compacted window of games, so many games crammed into 1 week. You just weren't sure how much gas they had in the tank come playoff time, Steve. But as it showed, they won a couple series and made their way through.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive. Getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, taking Miami to 7 games. They had their chance, too. You know, up 3-2 in a home game. But LeBron and Miami were just too much. Well, you think about the Lakers a year ago, I think the thing that bothered them was they just never could win consistently on the road. They controlled their home court, but on the road it was a different story.
Austin with the ball, trailing by 2. Here's Cousy, and another basket for Boston.
That's his 3rd make in 4 attempts, guys, so quick start for the game.
Now here's Leonard. And blocked. Number 18, Baylor defending. It's rebounded by Baylor. Then you look back at last season, and Steve was just touching on it. The Lakers just really had trouble when they left L.A. on the road. They just couldn't bring it together.
Kevin, they ended up with a 15-18 road record on the year. First time in about 5 seasons that they haven't had a winning record on the road.
Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And the defense really has to pick it up here, guys. They allowed themselves to get picked too easily.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. And the Lakers making a change here. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. They set the screen. Down low. Heinsohn. Good.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
The Lakers shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Baylor kicks to Leonard. Back to Baylor. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. No luck. Now Boston takes it the other way. Cousy. He's covered by Leonard. Heinsohn trains another shot. He's got 6.
Well, he stepped up this quarter, providing a hot hand to help carry them offensively.
Right side Baylor. That drops. The Celtics have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Now the pass to Heinsohn. And again, it's Boston converting.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
That's good.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
So it's Boston now, following the bucket by the Lakers. Back to Russell. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Cousy. The Lakers with the rebound. Number 16. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Celtics have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Sharman not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Yeah, he's so focused, so concentrated with his effort, and it takes a great defender to bother him. And even then, when you contest the shot, he still has a knack for making it.
And he is also a very savvy on-the-ball defender. He'll turn a crossover into a turnover if you try it against him.
Here's Heinsohn following the bucket by the Lakers. Inside, here's Russell, and that one's good. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Well, the lead just going back and forth here. We're seeing some really good basketball.
You know what, guys? I've lost track of how many times the lead has changed. I mean, it's obvious, though, it's been a good one, and neither side can pull away.
Now, here's Baylor. 6 points for him. And there's the feed to Leonard. From downtown, gets it to go. Leonard's got 5 points so far. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
Number 16. That's good. And now it's a 3-point Laker lead.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
Now, here is Russell. Nice hook shot. He's got 6.
You know, it didn't seem to be any danger of getting that shot blocked, guys, but he decided to go to the hook anyway.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. To the middle, number 19. And he's good on the layup.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
Here's Kuzi. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Lakers on top. They're up by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
And they're really keying in on getting as many good shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing it with intention and purpose.
Number 14. That's good. He has 5.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
Celtics trailed by 5.
You know, the Lakers have long been the pride of the West for the better part of the century, but every so often they can hit tough stretches, and last year they had a hard time with the East.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though. Last season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference finals after sitting with a record under 500 at the All-Star break. Kevin, this team knows how to bounce back.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. 6 to shoot. Here's Fleming, and the Lakers tack on 2 more. Yeah, they just couldn't do what the rest of the Western Conference playoff teams did against the East, and the Lakers, Steve, were 9 up and 9 down, right at 500.
Yeah, kind of surprising, given that the East was the weaker conference for sure. I would have expected a better record from the Lakers. They really got off to a slow start, particularly on the road, and I think that cost them a little bit at the end.
No good from Hamilton.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
So both teams making some changes here. Lakers leading by 7. And that one's good.
The defender shouldn't hang his head there. That's just a good shot, plain and simple.
The Celtics have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Ramsey. That's blocked. Heinsohn sinks that one from the post. He's got 10. The Celtics have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games. Boston is a team that fell from the elite of the East back to the middle of the pack last year. It wasn't because of their play at home, though, where they were still tough in front of the Celtics faithful.
And so it's the Lakers with it. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Celtics trail by 6. And the Celtics really do seem to feed off the energy here in this arena. You see all the banners hanging above us. And, you know, Steve, you can't help but be inspired if you come here as a fan or if you play for them as a member of the team.
Yeah, no question. Boston is one of the great venues in the league because of the history of the Celtics franchise. And obviously, you know, that matters to Boston. And 24-9 at home last year, they were able to take advantage of that home court. That's why they were able to hold on to that division title.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
He dishes it to Russell. Backs him down. Goes right up. Drops in the layup for 2. Russell's got 8 points. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Outside Baylor. The rebound by Heinsohn.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
Lakers leading by 4. Lakers passing it around. Number 32. Good on the shot.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint. And who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area. So I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
You know, throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics have been such a constant presence in the postseason that it's hard to imagine the playoffs without seeing the green. Every year the players change, but the Celtics mystique is always in it, and that team is always hanging around.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Lakers. Austin with the ball. 6-point game. Backing down is Russell. To the inside. 5 on the clock. Here's Sharman. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Lakers leading by 6. Leonard with the ball. He has 5. The 9-foot shot. And another basket for the Lakers. It's really the mark of a great franchise. Boston expects great things from the Celtics each year. And more often than not, Steve, they deliver.
Yeah, you don't get all those banners that they have in that building without executing in the postseason. That's what this Celtic team has done the last few years. They play together, they play hard, they defend, and they're at their best when their best is needed. Well, he just makes so many hustle plays every game, and I think that's his main value to this club. He comes in, he brings energy, he brings toughness, and he's always going to get you an extra couple of possessions offensively during the game at some point.
And the thing I like is he embraces contact, Steve. He's not shying away from anything. He's getting in the middle of all the action.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Here's Sharman. It's good from about 19 feet. Lakers leading by 6. Outside Baylor. And there's the rejection. Down low and pushing it up. Here's Boston. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, he absorbed the foul and had a chance to knock it down.
And that's all you can ask right there. I like that play. You know, with the Lakers, it's all about winning titles. Anything else is considered a disappointment. And they were tested early, though.
And the first one at the line is good. We go back to that matchup for the Lakers against Denver. Kobe's illness. He had the stomach flu. Our test out with the suspension. Meta World Peace, you know, had gotten the late regular season suspension with the elbow to the side of the head of James Harden. Steve, they were certainly facing their struggles.
Yeah, and those struggles caught up to them in the next round, Kevin, when they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the younger, more talented team winning in that one. So for the Lakers, you know, moving forward, they've got a lot of talent, but it's aging talent. And sooner or later, they're going to have to get younger on that roster.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 9. Accurate with a jumper from the elbow. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter. Celtics trail by 6. Inside. Blocked. Here's Conley. And their work on the board pays off with the second chance points.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
Here's Leonard. And the basket good. Leonard's got 13.
You know, he's having a special quarter. 100% field goal shooting. They need to continue to ride it and work to get him good shots.
So it's the Celtics now. They trail by 6. And stolen by Hamilton. Pushing it up. Here's Fleming. And the shot is good.
A great move to the hoop, capped off with the finger roll. He's an outstanding finisher in close.
1:39 left in the second quarter. Clock at 6. Number 16. He's guarded by Ellis. They get it back. Lakers leading by 8. Leonard the pass to Ellis. Gets it to go.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Took him no time at all on that one.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
The Lakers shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. The Lakers making a switch here. .56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Baylor. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Baylor's got 8. 50 seconds left in the first half. Passes it to Heinsohn. Ellis on him. Heinsohn, good. 15 points in the game.
We've seen some great shooting from him today. They've got to lean on him a little bit more.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. The Celtics making a switch here.
Now some nice work in this quarter, finally being aggressive and getting to the free throw line.
And trying to battle back, that's the way to go. I mean, you take your opponent out of their rhythm, and then you extend the game.
The Lakers with the ball.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
The Lakers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
They're a very average shooting team in terms of the free throw line, about 76% a year ago.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Both good from the line that time. 23 seconds left in the first half of the game. Tries it from 19. Jump shot is good. 9 points in the game so far. Baylor with the ball. From beyond the arc. No good on that last second attempt there. And so we wrap up the first half. Lakers lead by 7. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And welcome to halftime, everyone. Great one underway in Boston. The Los Angeles Lakers in front against Boston. A dramatic advantage in the paint. They're getting right in close and converting the kind of buckets they want. And slugging it out so far, the Boston Celtics. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. That's all we've got here. Now, back to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the second half.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Lakers leading by 7. Number 16. And it's Russell with the rebound. The Celtics shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Open look. No good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. And it's the Lakers on the break. Number 16. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Lakers have yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Celtics trail by 9. Kuzi, he's covered by Leonard. And there's the pass to Heinsohn. Buries it down low. He's got 18.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
Leonard dishes to Baylor. And stolen by Russell. And they're on the break. Passes it to Heinsohn. Over Leonard. The rebound by the Lakers. Baylor's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Number 16. That's good.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And we're we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Russell. Count the bucket. Russell's got 12.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
And here's Leonard. 13 points in the game. To the middle. Baylor gets it to go. He's got 10.
No question, they're trying to pound the ball inside. That's 5 straight hoops inside.
And if the D won't stop it, keep at it. I mean, those are the kind of looks you want all day long.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, just too many easy buckets, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. This timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And the pass to Heinsohn. Fades away. Rebounded by the Lakers.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
No good from Baylor. Passes to Heinsohn. Picked him clean. And it's the Lakers on the break. And that one's good by Baylor. Baylor's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, very opportunistic defense there, leading to those points.
That's exactly what they'll do to you, Steve. They will pounce on your mistakes.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. The rebound by Heinsohn. Celtics trail by 9. Here's Kuzi. Drains the J off the nimble drop step. 11 points in the game. Lakers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Leonard kicks to Baylor. The 15-footer. And it's Russell with the rebound. Russell's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Kuzi. And another basket for Boston. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Now Leonard. He's got 13. All sorts of time. And he drops that one in. Baylor's got 6 points in the quarter.
First and foremost, for me, it's his three-point shooting that's the most entertaining. Every trip down, he is a threat to bury one from almost anywhere on the floor.
Also, guys, think about it. Is there anybody more clutch than he is? I mean, he's won a lot of games for him by grabbing the reins and simply taking over down the stretch.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kuzi. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Several teams changing it up here. Lakers leading by 7. Shot clock at 6. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Lakers have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And the Lakers have possession. They're leading by 8. 6 to shoot. Hamilton with a screen on Jones. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. He's got 9.
Great screen there. It sprung him open, and he took advantage.
Dishes it to Jones. Over Hamilton. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
This team really dialed in from that mid-range area.
Seems like every hoop they get, Steve, is a step or 2 in from the three-point line. I mean, You got to take what the other team is giving you, and they're certainly doing that.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
You know, one of the things about playing in the Western Conference, Kevin, is that travel can be very difficult. In the East, most of the cities are a lot closer together. But in the West, you can rack up some serious frequent flyer miles in a hurry because you're flying really all over the place.
Celtics trail by 10. The dish now to Jones. Knocked away. And it's the Lakers on the break. And that one's good. He's got 12.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
He kicks it to Baylor. They set the pick. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Steve, as you said, all that travel can take a toll on a team. Still, usually the West has done better in the past against the East.
Well, Kevin, obviously talent has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you've got great talent, you're going to be able to win more games on the road, regardless of how far you have to travel. But I do think there is a toll on teams like Portland or Miami that are, you know, really tucked away in far corners of the country and have longer trips throughout the season.
So far, he hasn't made much of a contribution at the offensive end.
On the basket by Jones.
Easy baskets. That's exactly what they need.
Lakers leading by 8. Oh, that's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Both teams will make substitutions. Number 14, and that one's good. He's got 7.
Yeah, and the defense has to pick it up a little bit here. They're getting bullied inside, guys.
Yeah, they just have not competed well enough. I mean, they've not fought. You want to see fight and aggressiveness.
Here's Heinsohn. He's got 20. He feeds it to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Sharman gets it to go from beyond the arc.
He loves operating in that kind of space.
1:41 left in the third quarter. Here's Leonard. He's got 13. There's a screen. Here's Baylor. That is good. Baylor's got 16.
Nice teamwork there. The pick, freeing up his teammate.
.116 left in the third quarter. Gets it to go. Here's Leonard. Number 14. He's guarded by Russell. Number 14. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
You know, he's not somebody they lean on for points, but when he does score, that's a bonus.
51 seconds left in the third. To the paint. Kuzi, he's covered by Leonard. Here's Kuzi. Rebound the Lakers. Baylor's got his 5th rebound in this one. Feeds it to Leonard. We've got 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. And that one's good. And it's an 11-point Laker lead.
Boy, they keep going inside offensively, and guys, they've been very aggressive here.
Yeah, huge advantage in points in the paint, and I think the defense has to make an adjustment to protect the middle.
Russell, a screen on Leonard. Here's Kuzi. Great look there, but off target. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Lakers on top, up by 11. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Now let's send it out to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Today, it's the Lakers coming away with the uncontainable game. No big errors on their part, and they've been the team that wants it more so far. It's that extra bounce in their step that has been the difference maker for them.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now here's Jones. Number 16. He's guarded by Ellis. That's good.
Man, they are both lighting it up here.
Exciting basketball, Steve. I mean, it's been back and forth, each side dropping in points every chance they get.
The Lakers with the ball. Number 33. And it's good. And the Lakers lead by 11.
And guys, 10 of their last 12 points coming in the paint.
Yeah, I like their aggressiveness on offense, but the question is, where's the defense? They've got to put up some resistance here.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Yet to miss a free throw here in the second half, guys.
And you love that efficiency from the foul line, Steve. Really can help you maintain a lead and win a game.
The pass to Heinsohn from 11 feet away. Can't hit. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Kicks to Baylor. Gets an open look and hits. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pass to Heinsohn. Pass to Jones. That's tipped. Baylor with the steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Lakers passing it around. Gets it to go.
Well, it's really hard to defend when you're trying to recover from turning the ball over.
Yeah, that's because you can't get back in transition, and the offense can just come down and get an easy look on you.
Here's Heinsohn. Stolen by Ellis. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself. And it's blocked. Now here's Jones. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Shot's good.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
The feed to Baylor. Defended by Jones. Here's the hook. Good. Baylor's got 4 points this quarter.
Now, the defense played him really well, but he knew exactly what to do. He went to that hook shot.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. No good with the elbow jumper. Lakers leading by 16. He dishes it to Ellis. He passes it to Baylor. Clock at 6. Puts up the baby hook. Gets it to go.
You know, guys, this is what happens with him. All of a sudden, he can erupt from the floor.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's Kuzi. The shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Number 16. No good.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Dives for it. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. The Lakers making a switch here.
Number 19.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Great execution coming off that inbounds play.
Lakers leading by 16.
Get outside, get outside.
Here's Leonard. And Jones pulls it down. Celtics have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. There's a good screen. Makes the lead pass. Baylor with the steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Leonard. That's good. And the Lakers lead by 18.
I'm not sure which was better, the fast break or the steal that got it started.
I think it was the defense, Steve, quite honestly. I mean, the whole play isn't even possible if he doesn't make the steal.
Now here's Jones. Here's Sharman. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
He's one of the best free throw shooters in the league, and this game, no different. He's making each trip to the line count.
Leonard kicks to Baylor. Dishes it to Leonard. Number 14. He's guarded by Russell. Good.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
So it's the Celtics now. 19-point game. Inside, it's tipped. Leonard with the steal. And here's the break. On up the court.
And another quick strike for them. No question which team is running the fast break better here today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been lethal in transition, Steve. It's one of the reasons they're out in front.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
You know, you hear all this talk about up years and down years in the NBA drafts, but you never really know. I mean, the 2011 class was supposed to be down, but it produced quite a few impact stars. To name one, Kyrie Irving, who should be an all-star for many years to come.
And the technical free throw is good. Easy shot. A rebound by the Lakers. And, you know, Steve, we've talked about the amount of time that needs to pass before you can really see a draft class, and how you want to rank it, if it was successful or not. You just never know.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, it's funny. You see people write these draft grades the next day after the draft happens. How can you grade something when you haven't even seen players play? But it really does take a couple of years to figure out, you know, who's good, who's a bust, all that kind of stuff. Players need to prove it out on the court, and they need time to develop.
Lakers leading by 20, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
Here's Sharman. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Right, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
The dish to Leonard. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Leonard's got 19 points.
That's 4 straight field goals coming inside the paint.
Boy, they're taking it right to him, Steve, and the defense has really been way too passive for my liking.
Well, I've said before that playing a zone is basically an admission that you're not as good as the other team. But I do like teams that mix it in here and there. Just a small doses of zone to try to keep the offense off balance.
Here's Sharman. The shot no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Leonard with the ball. Off the pick. The rebound by Heinsohn. And Steve, to follow up what you were talking about, there is a stigma for going to a zone, but really more and more teams are embracing it.
And I think part of that, Kevin, is that everybody is relying on pick and roll offensively. And pick and roll is so difficult to defend, especially these days with all the three-point shooters teams are putting on the floor. So if you play a zone, it counteracts the pick and roll. And now all of a sudden there's a little chess match going on between the offense and the defense.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Celtics making a switch here. Shot clock at 6. And yes, sir, that one drops. 21 points in the game.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter.
Nice offensive play there, and this one's pretty much in the books, guys.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? It was a very good showing from them to come away with the win. I was very impressed.
Boston with the ball.
Well, you look at the success of teams like Oklahoma City who built through the draft. Teams starting to emulate that method for building up talent, but it takes patience. I think some are starting to question the incentives when teams are, in a sense, getting bad to get good. I think it's worth examining if that's the best model for the league to incentivize.
So it's Boston now, following the bucket by the Lakers. Here's the screen. And count it from 19 feet away. Going back to what Clark just talked about, Steve, some call it tanking for draft picks. I don't like that word, but some people will use it. Teams like, say, Houston, that are trying to go from solid to great, it's not easy without the superstars that top draft picks can provide.
And the irony, of course, is that even if you have the best chance of winning the lottery, it's still only a 25% chance. So tanking isn't always going to pay off. The lottery often just comes down to a random drop of the ping pong ball, and all of a sudden some team that's had a decent season is getting the #1 pick. But it's a difficult issue to tackle for sure. Well, they are not exactly taking their foot off the gas just yet.
No, they want to throw a little bit of whipped cream and some cherry on top of this one.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Kuzi. The Lakers with the rebound. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. They showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.